Hello, welcome everyone to Spelljammer Academy, Part 2, Trial by Fire. My wonderful players, how are you guys?
Good, good.
Good here.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Woohoo!
Awesome. Fixing the overlay and adding our sorcerer friend that'll be joining us.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Look, just because I'm a drow doesn't mean you can just assume these kinds of things. But also, yes.
Exactly.
But you kind of got me in a box there.
Didn't hear anybody complaining about going in the box. Then again, I wasn't listening.
All right, so does anybody want to recap last episode before we get our new classmate involved and move on to Part 2?
Okay, so we started with the Kobayashi Maru, which is what it felt like. We started with the training simulation in the class. It kind of was a little bit of a team building exercise there. And afterwards, we came down to for orientation. And when we went to go get our bunk assignment, things got real interesting.
Interesting's a good word for that.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Interesting.
I hear.
Some of the other students decided they were going to pick on Cress, which is my kobold paladin. And they were going to try and not let her have the bed that she wanted, even though previously they didn't care. So they wanted to start a fight. And Beryl, she tried to alert one of the instructors outside who didn't really care. So we went from fisticuffs to Beryl just laying out these other students.
I breathed on him and went to jail.
And she went to jail.
Oh.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Noted. Definitely noted.
I got out of jail, and then we went to training some more.
We got to experience a few different classes, which was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So what's everyone doing now? Except
get
that
there.
one person just spinning in a circle in the chair.
More happened.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Actually, currently we're asleep.
We passed our classes and got to eat, but then we had to deliver a crate upstairs. And when we did that, it opened, or did we open it? I don't remember, but these weird, like, spidery things came out everywhere and were attacking this guy, and then we killed them all, and yeah, it was a whole ordeal.
Yeah, we're tasked with delivering a crate to the head of the Spelljammer Academy, I think, and no one knew what was inside of it. We opened it and it had these odd, like, sucker things in it. that we had to squish before it ate people.
Which was only a diversion. So apparently there are thieves that have struck again, and they stole some star maps and some equipment and stuff, and yeah.
So that'll lead us up to now, basically. Zapfina was recruited to the Spelljammer Academy. Her reasons for joining some weird sounding secret force are her own, but whatever the case, she found herself on a ship leaving Waterdeep and sailing across the ocean to a island she's never heard of called Nimbral, and specifically to this earthen spire coming off out of the ocean just off the coast of it, where there is a cave that has a whole dock system. And as she looks up, there's various levels that she can see on the outside: lifts, stairs, docks in the air, and ships that are flying and docked on the docks in the air. Her orientation was similar to these guys, where it started with a simulation, full sensory simulation. It felt like she was there on a ship, on the deck of a ship that was under attack. It went by very quickly before the simulation was ended, and she was told it was basically to test the cadets' reactions under pressure before training. And then she went about her orientation, getting her uniform, her security clearances, what have you, and shown around to the bunkhouses and everything. Today is the first official day of classes here at the Spelljammer Academy. Orientation is over. So you all are in the mess hall, ready to have some breakfast. You've had assignments. You're to work together with a team in another simulation today, led by Serth Abizin, the Spelljammer instructor. There's rumors that it's actually going to be a competition, two crews, one against the other in a way. But specifics are a little light. The crews have been assigned, and those assignments are set on individual tables here in the mess. Those of you who are already together, you're all on the same crew, and there's one more, a name Zapfina, is also on your list, and she approaches the mess hall now. The refectory, this mess hall, is a large communal dining hall. There's the patio there for those of you seeing this for the first time. It's well lit by a dozen glowing orbs attached by bronze-colored rods to the ceiling. There's a counter where there's small tools, contraptions, tubes, containers, but behind the counter, the door bears a sign that reads "Staff Only." In the little porthole in the door, you see Petty Officer Winston Rybeck, cook extraordinaire, still toiling away. The rumor is they still haven't found a cook good enough to replace him, so he's pulling double duty. There you are. What are you guys up to?
Gonna size everybody up in the room, and she's just gonna awkwardly stand where she's at, just not say anything.
You see other cadets lining up to get their breakfast. They seem to be grabbing their choice between a bowl of fried meats or a bowl of beans. All of them pretty excited about the food they're getting. All of you, at one point or another, hear somebody talking about this being one of their favorite breakfasts, and they call it gunpowder chowder.
There is a kobold that's clearly very excited about this.
Oh.
Chris, have you had coffee yet? Your bean juice?
Did Cress has not had bean juice. Did they make bean juice?
I'm hoping they made bean juice.
Me too.
There's definitely coffee and tea.
Cress gets 1 cup of each.
I'll grab some tea and some milk with the tea.
He's gonna awkwardly observe other people and then also grab the same things, but very rigid and is constantly like looking over her. Really, guys, right now, go away. My dog's just like, hey, we're gonna fight right now. Yeah, she's gonna be very rigid, moves very awkwardly, and then is constantly like looking, around the room and just kind of like mimicking what everyone else is doing.
All right, so I see her. I'm going to grab a chair from one of the other tables. Hey, you want to join us?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you join.
She'll awkwardly come over and then sit down. And again, the movements are very stiff. Is
Crazy
this
place, huh?
normally what we're going to be eating? I was told that there would be more root vegetables.
There's various dishes that the chef makes. It's really good food.
Winston is #1 chef. Yes, he can make anything.
Looking forward to that class if we ever get to see it.
Yes.
There still should be more Underdark food.
It's possible. We've only had a couple meals here so far. Maybe there's variety depending on time of day.
I suppose. She just kind of picks at her food.
What is your
That-
name?
I am Safina.
Mm.
You all have names too, yes?
Yes, I am Cress. It is short for Cressida. But you can call me Cress.
I'm Ham. Good to meet you.
Beryl.
I'm Rowen.
All very lovely names.
Thanks. I like it.
Smile. The smile is not in tune with the rest of the body.
Aw.
It's a good name. I picked it.
Aren't names normally given?
Yes. Cress given name, not easy for pronouncing.
Ah.
Safina will notice that her name is on the crew roster on the sheet of paper in the middle of the table.
Oh.
Cool. On our table?
Are we all going to be crewmates then?
Looks like it. Good to have you aboard. Another set of hands can't hurt. So far the
Fine.
trials have been pretty difficult.
What are your specialties?
Hammy leans back in the chair wearing the armor from her dwarven heritage, but she's a tiefling. Says, well, I'm pretty good with a hammer, and if you ever need defending, just stand behind me.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Cress is very fast. She's good at being fast and good at hitting the stuff. Yes.
I'm a little bit of everything. If you need something done, I can try to help you.
Rowan, very good at lots of things. Ham, very
Okay.
powerful. Very good to piggyback.
Just nod.
Beryl is outstanding dragon. Yes.
I strong. I hit.
Yes.
Well then, I think we will make a good team.
Oh, what are your strengths?
What's the lighting in here like, Sargon?
It's the blue glowing orbs, but even though they glow blue, the lighting is your typical like whitish light. It's not too harsh. It illuminates things nicely.
Is there any candlelight?
All the lights are magical in nature, not actual flame.
Okay. She will cast prestidigitation and create like little sparks from her fingers. You can say I'll add the dazzling of the ship.
Cool. No telling how long we'll be on the ship. Good to have someone that could work on it.
You guys see off at a table alone, there's a younger man shown here picking at his breakfast. Kind of
That's kind of odd.
not looking at anybody, just kind of like looking down at his plate and picking at his breakfast.
Aren't most people assigned to a ship roster?
Yep.
Who Cressida will point at him. Who that? Why he by self?
You want me to go find out?
Yes.
Do we have any other names on our ship roster?
Nope.
Rowan will get up and go over. Hi. You look a little tired?
Oh, hello. Uh Kinda. I'm probably more worried. But how are you? Hi.
All right. Long night. So what are you worried about, if you don't mind me asking? And I'll take a chair and sit down.
Yeah, the simulation today. I I haven't even gone to talk to my crew yet. I'm not sure why I'm here. Really, I don't think I'm gonna do well. Uh, I, yeah, I tried to leave yesterday, but they told me to stick it out and see how things went. But I don't want to let my crew down. You know.
I completely get that. Why do you think you're gonna let them down?
I don't think I'm good enough.
I understand that too. Why? Talk to me, if you don't mind. Maybe I can help you walk through something. I'm Rowen, by the way.
Good to meet you. I'm Micken. I've been studying the books. I got the books early. So of course I've been reading through them, and like I understand the words and I can recite them, but when it comes to the time to act, I freeze up.
I used to do that a lot.
How'd you get past it?
Stage fright. It's a lot of stage fright.
How did you overcome it?
I'm still working on it, but it helps with Sheeta. She'll reach into her pocket and pull her hand out. This little guy seems to help me a lot. And there's a little black weasel just sitting yawning in her hand. He's my
What's
best
his
friend.
name? What's his name?
This is Calypso.
A great name. Hi, Calypso. He kind of like waves a finger.
He skitters around. He hops on the table, skitters around. He's my best friend. He listens. Sometimes he doesn't. He doesn't give advice, but he always listens. He's always there, and just knowing that there's a friend makes things a lot better.
That makes sense. I wonder what his advice would be like if he gave it.
Probably to stop playing the violin so early in the morning.
Oh, you play?
Sometimes. I'll scratch his belly. He likes to sleep. He's kind of lazy. I enjoy music.
There's a lot of math in music, and I like that. But there's also like whimsy and art, and I like that too. I'm just not good at that part.
That's where the math comes in. You have to use the math to help time everything so that it all forms a great picture.
Do me a favor.
Percentages and all this.
Do me a favor
Go ahead.
and roll a persuasion check.
Oh, geez. I'm not that bad at it.
Come on, Bard.
Yeah, I know.
He looks better. Like your words have kind of given him the encouragement that he needs to get over his anxiety right now. Well, Rowan, I think I need to go meet my crew. I really appreciate you coming over and talking to me.
Anytime, Mika. If you ever need to talk, come around.
He'll gather his things and stand, give you a wave, and head off onto the balcony where there's another table with cadets.
Watch. I'll go back to my table. What kind of lighting is out there?
It's daytime, so it's the sun.
Okay. Yep, I'll go sit back down. It's nice.
He seemed nice.
He was. He's just stage fright.
What is that?
The fear of being in front of others. Putting yourself out there, being the center of attention. Having to perform. I guess in a way, having people to rely on you.
Why is he here?
Why are any of us here? Something probably
Oh.
caught his attention.
No, Cress is here on a dare. And
A dare?
I'm doing very good at it.
Yes, you are, Chris.
I just
I thought I
nod.
was going.
There's like so many question marks all over the like place. Just what? What? I do not understand this stage fright. If you are afraid to do what you must, then why be here? It seems like it would be counterproductive.
How do you get over anything you're afraid of? You have to do it.
Yes, I suppose, but where I come from, either you do it or you die.
It's a very harsh place you come from.
It is. It'll take some adjusting to these customs here.
Well, I'm sure you'll do fine. Just be sure to follow the rules here. It's quite easy, it seems, to get into some trouble, even if it's not quite of our doing.
Rules, right. The laws.
Nod.
They don't cut off hands here, right? As she's like looking around to see other students.
Believe not.
You don't see anybody missing a hand, at least.
Cress hides a hand in her sleeve.
Did we know what the possible conclusion from attacking the students was? Was that ever revealed to us or no?
Not really. I mean, in most.
Is there like a syllabus thing that says the kind of stuff that's like, yeah, like you bullying gets this and that kind
No,
of stuff?
not that well defined.
Okay.
Okay.
But like attempted murder, which is what they were going to try to pin on Beryl, would have been brig time or expulsion.
Or worse, expelled.
Yep.
Expelled.
So you guys are able to have your breakfast. The food is up to the amazing quality that Rybeck has presented thus far. Whether you have the fried meat version or the bean version, it is very flavorful and complex, not what you would expect at an academy's mess, but it is delicious. And as you head out of the main hall and into the lift to take you to the Spelljammer's Academy simulation deck, you'll find Sarth Asbin, the Spelljammer training officer. You'll find Bosun Tardo, the Spelljammer Core training officer, and with them is the Autognome Mr. Blip. You arrive here as another team leaves the opposing lift, and you gather in the main area where these teachers are standing waiting. A few members of the other squad are murmuring excitedly, but a glare from the bosun, as she chews on her cigar, quiets them. Sarth scans the congregation with silver eyes. Their stern gaze shifts to a wide grin. Well, this is going to be fun. Tardo steps forward. Welcome. Another mission for you. In addition to testing all of your skills and your talents, this exercise will also be a bit of a friendly competition between both of your teams. Each of you will be earning points that will be tracked and recorded by those of us observing. Also, the first group that returns will have extra points awarded to them. Now, returns intact is what we're looking for. If you speed through and come back with a ship barely held together, then you will forfeit your points. To prepare for this, you will all have to choose some roles for yourselves on your ship. The mandatory role will be that of a Spelljammer. Star steps forward. Yes, as you saw in orientation, one must have mystical ability to be able to fuse their mind with the Spelljammer helm and take control of your vessel. Choose wisely in this regard, or you'll be dead in the water. He steps back. Sardo continues. The rest of you will be shipmates of whatever design you so choose, and optionally, if you cannot work in unison as a group, you should choose a captain to help disseminate orders and give structure and organization to your crew. You'll have a few moments to decide amongst yourselves, and if you can't come to a decision, we will decide for you. And then she steps back.
I look at the other party members and I say, well, I can pilot a Spelljammer ship. I would prefer not to. The link between the ship and oneself seems too much of a task for myself.
So you want to call out orders? Yes.
And he says, I could do that, yes. Probably serve you best defending the ship.
If I may, I think this would be something I could do quite easily.
What task was that you could do quite easily?
Attaching to the ship.
Sounds good. If anyone else has any preferred roles.
What are other jobs?
What were the other jobs? I think it was just like a ship controller, a captain, and then the rest was general crew activities, correct?
Yep.
Cress very good at activities.
That would be good. What other skills outside of combat do you know? Out of
she
character,
thinks.
I'm just like,
She looks like she's thinking.
Are there like cannons on a Spelljammer that you have to like feed cannonballs and stuff?
There's, well, you don't really know, as you haven't actually been on more than one that was a galleon. But you didn't see cannons on that one.
Okay.
You could
Cress
help.
very good.
Yes.
She athletic and fast, and Cress very good with people. People like Cress.
Okay. You could help us move materials through the ship, since you do like to move fast, and I'm sure we'll have to think quickly and work on different parts of the ship while performing other actions.
Okay.
And anyone else have any specific roles they'd like to outline?
I'll do whatever needs to be done.
Same.
Sounds good. Do we have to like write our roles down or like submit them, or we basically just wait for the
Well,
simulation to start?
They'll ask for them in a moment.
Okay. I'll deliver them what we chose. I'll write it down.
Carter will step forward. All right, each group, who's your Spelljammer?
I believe Zap is our Spelljammer of our ship.
And our captain?
Awkwardly waves hello.
I believe I shall take the role of captain. Kind of squares her shoulders and do we have our equipment this time? We have our like
Yeah.
shields.
You're
and
fully
weapons? Okay.
fully packed up here.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like heft the shield up to my shoulder and stand at attention.
Rowen, you notice the other group that's gathered. One of them there is Micken from the mess hall.
Oh, nice.
He gives Rowan a wave and mouths good luck.
She waves back and does the same.
Tardo looks over each group after receiving their assignments. Each crew is to navigate their ship through the debris field on the outskirts of Koliara, a big gas giant. Then you're to salvage the captain's logbook from the wreckage of an abandoned ship, then return to your starting point with your own ship intact. As I said, intact, not necessarily first. Get the mission done well, not quick. Any other questions?
Nope.
Very well.
But I look at everyone else. I don't say no, but I look at everyone else and just kind of wait and see if anyone else has questions before.
Cressida shakes her head.
Yeah, Zafina just kind of awkwardly looks around everything else. She just seems to be in awe of everything still and not very good at hiding it. Though her face is deadpan.
Tardo turns around on her heel and leaves. The other crew follows her. To give a little bit of description, the simulation chamber, as you can see, is broad, circular space with a dome ceiling and stone walls carved with arcane runes that fill the area with bright light. Each chamber is equipped with a training version of a spell-jamming helm and creates complex illusions that you'll be a part of. Sarth remains and accompanies you in the chamber here with Mr. Blip, the auto-gnome. Mr. Blip, is preparing physical aspects of the simulation. He hurries over, his eyes shifting green as he waves a hello. He looks at Zafina and says, "We have not met. I'm Mr. Blip. I'm the quartermaster." His eyes shift to bright blue as he hurries over to a table set with magical gear and mysterious devices that you don't really recognize, and reports to Sarth that everything is good to go.
Cressida looks excited. She shifts back and forth on her feet.
Mr. Blip goes over to Hammy and hands 2 pages of parchment over. a wild space map that shows the route to their destination, and a crude sketch of the logbook they're supposed to retrieve. Sarth then directs you to gather around the training helm atop the platform.
Okay. What does the map look like if I look at it?
The wild space map, it's a star chart. You have, it's similar to a sea chart, which you've seen, but there's allowances for a third dimension that you're not quite used to. And as you look at it and you touch it, it'll start shifting and moving, and you're able to interact with the spell and the map to highlight areas and mark courses using gestures and your fingers.
That's pretty cool. And the other thing was a crude sketch of the captain's logbook.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
It looks like a large leather-bound book, much like any logbook you would find on a typical naval vessel. It's just line work, so there's no color or anything. It's just a crude attempt at a 3D drawing of a book that has the word Captain's Log written across the front of it.
Okay. I'll share that image with everyone as we step on the platform.
Darth steps back from the platform, holding their palms outward, and begins an incantation. The sigils scrawled along the walls and floors glow brightly, intensifying as this training officer weaves their powerful illusion. Good luck, cadets. And don't be afraid. Though these illusions are realistic, thanks to my arcane prowess, they are just that, illusions. Blue-white lines form around you, etching the shape of a ship deck around the platform upon which you stand. The room then melts away amid an explosion of colors, textures, and sounds that place you on the deck of a ship that is shaped like a gigantic hammerhead shark. The ship is situated in the sky dock atop a Spelljammer Academy. Scuttling clouds fill the sky above you. Switch you around here. There you are on your hammerhead spell jamming vessel.
Ooh.
Fancy.
So I am going to need our spelljammer to make an ability check with their spell casting ability, which for you I believe is charisma if you're a sorcerer.
Yes.
You are not proficient in vehicles space, so you don't get your proficiency, but you do get to make a charisma roll.
Okay. Where's my... Oh no, I closed it, didn't I?
These are ballistas aboard.
They are indeed ballistas.
Normal ballista, or do they shoot on their own? How do they look like they function?
They do not shoot on their own. All of their loading and aiming and firing is done manually.
Okay. And they look to be the only weapons aboard the ship?
There is a mangonel, two mangonels actually, which are like trebuchets, but adjusted to the size of the ship.
Okay.
In fact, let me go ahead Your
Am I rolling
permission.
just my wisdom?
You're a sorcerer, right?
Yes.
It's your
Or charisma, sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
But how do I roll those checks?
On your sheet,
I have it popped up.
you go to your charisma, and
On my
the
attribute.
box to the left says +2. Click that.
No, it's not letting me.
And click the actual word charisma. And choose ability check if that comes up.
Nope, I just have.
Well,
No,
it worked
that's
for me
not
for
it.
you.
Oh, there. Okay, that works too. I don't know why I have such a hard time with Foundry.
Oh. You are having a hard time taking control of the ship. You have
on point.
the helm on, and you're feeling that connection start, but the ship starts to list, and swing towards another Spelljammer that's leaving dock, a big galleon, to the northwest of you. So you can go ahead and try to make that check again. Give it a try again. Reload your page, and then click on that.
Okay.
That's on me. There I am.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, everything is in gray for me. Like, I can't click on any of my stuff at all.
It could be because you hadn't been logged in yet. I haven't been able to give you the right permissions. So there you go.
Okay. There we go. Yeah. I'm not having a good time, guys.
The ship rubs against the other ship, causing some minor hull damage to both, and it shudders.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You can attempt to minimize damage or something like that, but unless you take the helm, there's nothing you can actually do otherwise.
Do we look like we're still gonna continue to brush into the ship, or did we veer off?
You can't tell yet.
Okay.
I don't feel stable.
You can try the roll again if you'd like.
I'll tell everyone to minimize damage. I just came back.
Everybody scrambles to help keep the hull from cracking open anymore, and Zafina gets her bearings, gets a grip on the helm, and is able to right the ship and head up into wild space.
Cool. I assume Zafina's on the ship somewhere wearing the helmet, or can you be anywhere on the ship controlling the ship?
The helm is just below deck, where usually the wheel and the helm on a regular like galleon or a ship of the sea that we know of is like on the upper decks. This one's actually within the ship, because she can see like the ship. She doesn't have to be on the deck, and it protects her. So she's actually below the deck.
Okay. Is it like a room that you can lock?
Ish. It's
Ish,
kind of like
okay.
that. But it's not like you can't lock it like a cell to like barricade in and all that very well. At least not on this ship.
Okay. Well, I'll walk over to Zafina and I'll ask, are you doing okay? What happened?
There was a bit of a misunderstanding.
Ah,
Am I able
how-
to? Sorry, Zarkin, am I able to cast magic while I'm also spell jamming? I don't know. Whatever. What is the action for this? What is the verb for what we're doing?
Well, it's a
Spell
skill
jamming.
check, really.
Spell
Yeah, you're spell jamming. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
skill
okay.
check. So you have to remain with the helm, like where you are with the helm, but otherwise you can do things.
Oh, cool. Okay. I will. In that case, Safina will kind of gaze into your eyes, and
Okay.
I will use my telepathic speech. And as long as I can see you within 30 feet, we can speak telepathically.
Oh, okay. I look at you for a second, am confused. Go. While this is handy, could we speak with words, please? Hammy seems to be taken a little bit by surprise by the telepathicness.
Suppose, yes.
Thanks. Very handy though. That might be very useful if we're in a situation combat.
This is
Okay.
like combat, so we should take it as it is training, yes?
Yes.
If you are concerned, I am not reading your mind.
Okay.
Unless you were talking to me.
Just gives you an unsure look of like, are you sure you can't read my mind?
She gives you the like Pleasantville smile.
Oh
you know?
no. Oh, yeah. Hammy is a little bit rattled by it. I will ask Zap, is it, or ask Safina, is it possible, do you know what your capabilities are? How fast you can turn? How fast is this ship? Can you stop it? Or does it continue to slide?
So if you look under the character sheet area where you find your character sheet, you all should see the hammerhead sheet. This will give you the hammerhead ship sheet. This will give you an idea of your movement speed, your this is outside of the your warp speed, basically, obviously. Your armor class, the hit points of the ship, what weapons it has, etc.
Not sure where it is on
Yeah, I don't see
Forge. Because I know you were able to open mine for me and then I could pop it out, but like I'm not sure how to pop that
So
part out.
the
on my own.
character sheet tab is upper right hand corner, fourth from the left. You'll see a skull. Upper right hand corner.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You click on that skull, and it should bring up a
says
folder that says
PC.
PC, and you click that open, and you should see a bunch of sheets. But
Oh, okay.
Not one for the ship.
Yeah.
the
I don't-
hammerhead
At least
ship,
not for me.
No.
refresh.
Yeah, we.
Just reload.
I did.
It should be.
I
there.
just did.
You guys have permissions. Well, I gave it permissions, but when I move it, it gave it away. So let me do this.
There we go. I can see it now.
I guess when I move folders, it renewed permissions back to default. There you go.
Okay. Hammerhead ship. Excellent. All right. Okay. Wow.
Safina holds up one of the manuals in her hand.
Yeah, and I just go, oh, and then I started thumbing through it.
The look of like, yeah, of course, I have it right here, and oh, and then you start thumbing through it. There's concern across her face for just a second of like, oh no.
A helmsman who runs into things and a captain's
Yeah,
like,
we're
oh yeah,
great.
ships!
It's fine. It's perfect.
Ships!
To be fair, none of you had access to a manual before you were here in the simulation.
Okay.
I feel like this is worse. This is some
see.
straight army shit. Here, guys, figure it out. Bye.
Figure it out. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I think I understand it. Does it, because it's such a large vehicle, does it take its movement to rotate? Or is that just like free movement to rotate?
It's going to be double the movement to rotate.
Makes
Like
sense. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I was just gonna ask. So it would. Is it rotating like clockwise, or you mean like 180?
Nah, well, I guess it's in three-dimensional space, so any direction of rotation would be double the movement. So if you rotated 5 feet,
Okay, that makes sense because you're. Wow, I hate
like
that
a
I
five
understand these
a
mechanics.
5 foot, wait, so a 5 foot angle would be 10 feet. Okay, and then but gravity affects the gravity. There's a gravity generator on the ship.
Yeah,
We were
you
told
have
that
a gravity
before.
plane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I just
Do we
wanna
have
say,
like a
fuck you to my math
toolkit
teacher.
for this ship, or no?
Yeah. Do you have a what?
A toolkit for this ship, like a special spanner or something to fix it, or it's mostly
Nope.
magical in nature. So okay. Huh.
The
Will
only way to-
mending work to fix it?
Yeah. Well,
Mending-
mending or healing.
Mending is literally the best way to fix a Spelljammer. However,
I'm-
it can only benefit from mending like every so often during the day. If you want to manually fix a ship, it has to be berthed somewhere and takes like months, if not
Time.
years, and tons of gold.
Jeez. Okay. So don't crash ship. Check.
Yep, we're doing a great job.
What is around us in wild space currently?
Currently, you're flying through purpley, blue, and pink cloudy nebula-like seeming space.
Okay.
You
If
see.
I look at the map,
Yeah.
like where are we on the map?
You're leaving Toril, so you're still in your realm.
Okay, we're like hyperspaced or something.
Yeah, you're about to be. You have to plot your course once you leave the atmosphere.
Oh, okay, we're leaving atmosphere.
Yeah. So you guys have left the atmosphere. You're in the space. Now you got to plot your course.
So I'll look at the map. What does the course say? So from our plane, we're going to a different plane of existence?
No, that's Planescape stuff. We're going from Toril, and we're going to go through the solar system that Toril's in, your planet, to whatever your destination is supposed to be, to do your mission. So that could be in this system. Sometimes it's outside of the system. This particular mission is within the system. There's an asteroid belt not incredibly far, relatively, where this derelict shipwreck is. And that's where you have to go. That's the plotting that you have to successfully achieve.
I mumble under my breath, asteroid belt.
So this is going to be a skill challenge to do this whenever you're ready to plot your course.
Try and plot a very safe course, but what is the skill challenge? Do I kind of understand what it would entail?
So, as the captain, you'll be able to either use your survival or your persuasion, depending on your approach as a captain. Each shipmate can either use their athletics or their acrobatics as they help position sails and everything to make the journey easier for the Spelljammer, as well as, do their shipmate duties, as in maintaining the ship during the journey and making sure to warn of anything that they notice. And then the Spelljammer has to do either an intelligence investigation or a wisdom survival to comprehend the plotted course and actually move the Spelljammer along it.
Okay. But we
So-
helped the Spelljammer by messing with the rigging?
Well, it's basically if it gets to the Spelljammer parts successfully, then they're going to be able to make the roll without disadvantage.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay.
So we're going to start with
Yeah.
the captain.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I gotta close that and open this. We're gonna do a persuasion check. I think I can click it once, right?
Awesome.
There we go. Sick.
And what are you doing with your persuasion to help this this process?
Well, I can't persuade the universe to help me plot a course. And I'll probably just use the persuasion to help my crew do different small tasks and use it in a way to kind of assure them that we're doing good, even though I kind of know in the back of my mind that we have no idea what we're doing, but we're doing our best. So just preparing sails and getting the ship pointed in the right direction, and if there's any sort of star, is it like a Spelljammer sextant we can use to like look at stars? I don't know.
Yeah, there's
let's
navigational
figure-
tools. Yeah.
Okay, we're just messing with those, and hopefully we're plotting a safe course. I try and keep us on. Are there like roads on this, or like shipping lanes or something?
Nothing that you see.
Okay, I'll just keep
Oh.
us away from like large impact things like planets and stars. That seems
Alright.
like a good idea.
Zafina,
But
you look over though. Zafina looks really nauseated.
oh no. I say, are you okay?
I'm going to be honest. And she like looks over and it's the most expression you've seen on her face, really. I am
Oh, no.
not a fan of not being on land at all. I thought this would be different, and it is not any different. It's almost
Uh-oh.
worse.
Uh-oh.
How- However,
I'm just
real
Right.
quick, with her successful persuasion skill check, all of you are inspired. So while
Oh,
you
sick.
are going through this,
yes.
you're able to choke down that nausea and to focus enough to make
Yeah.
make do with all this illness that you are feeling in this uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, she's looking at you and just like
I'll come
I really
over to
feel
you.
encouraged earlier about what the others were saying about feeling.
I'll go
something.
over to you. I'll like clasp a hand on your shoulder and say, "We've got this." Like I'll look into your eyes and tell you, "We got this. Don't worry. It's only a simulation, and we've got to start somewhere. And I think we're doing a heck of a job so far." And I'll give like a smile.
It's good to know that this won't actually kill us.
Shouldn't. As I say in my mind as I walk away. I don't say it out loud. That's what I say.
Nice. All right,
You do hear her
shipmates.
chuckle.
Shipmates,
I
it's your
kind of like
turn.
I wince for a second, remembering that you can hear minds.
Nice. We'll start with Beryl. Would you like to make strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics to do your part on this journey through wild space?
Athletics?
Okay, how are you helping? And then go ahead and roll.
Well, I mean, Beryl is big. She is strong. So she's gonna just move around the ship deftly and pull ropes, whatever she needs to do that's I guess that'd be strength. That's, the heavy lifting, any, moving, pulling, sails, moving stuff, anything she needs to do, she'll do it to get it out of the way, to get anything prepared.
All right. Swinging boom arms around and shit. Got it.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and make your roll.
Are you not working? Here it goes. There it goes.
All right. Yeah, it's your athletics skill, so it's not just a strength ability check. I'm sorry, but you've already beaten the DC, so you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Beryl's able to. Nothing's too heavy for Beryl. She's yanking ropes around. She's moving big coils of rope off to the side, swinging shit around, fairly deftly. Cress, your turn.
Cress is going to use her strength and athletics to make sure that anything that is supposed to be secured is secured. Make sure that sails are raised. Make sure that all the lines are tied down. So that's really going to be her focus.
Go ahead and roll. Absolutely. Cress is everywhere she needs to be and getting everything secured and tightly so, and make sure everybody's lifelines are secure and everything's going well so far.
That's a good
Rowen?
point.
Yeah, lifeline's super important.
Are they just ropes? Are they just like regular rope tied to like a mast or something?
Tied to the blaying pins in the mast, yeah.
Okay.
Except for the Spelljammer who's under the deck.
Okay.
So Rowan.
You. Actually, can I? There's a crow's nest.
Yeah.
I'd like to maybe get up there and help keep an eye out, perception-wise, to make sure there's nothing that we need to try to avoid or keep a lookout.
The choices right now are athletics and acrobatics.
I don't know. I'm not very good at either of those.
Oh.
Cress, believe in you. You good at everything.
You could be helping with the like the star equipment, star tracking equipment.
Sure, we'll do that. I mean, I've got a little bit in athletics, so I guess I could be running stuff back and forth, making sure
Okay.
there's no loose ropes or anywhere around.
Sure. Doing similar to what Cress is doing.
Yeah. Seeing if I can keep up with her.
You're trying, but she's
Nice.
got that covered pretty well. Go ahead and give me that perception, because since she has it covered, you have downtime, and you use that downtime wisely by keeping that eye out.
I'm not doing well tonight.
Oh.
Well, you are definitely trying to keep your eye out. That brings us to our Spelljammer.
Yes, God.
You can use either
It's me
your
again.
investigation or your survival to navigate this course that's been plotted for you. Because
Okay.
3 out of 4 of your crewmates succeeded at their challenges, I'll give you advantage on this roll.
You're a merciful God. Sorry.
Oh
I am not
no.
helpful.
What?
So some time goes by, and Captain, you're pretty sure that you guys should have reached your destination by now. You're not, a seasoned captain of a hammerhead ship, but the manual said it
Taking
should
a
move at
while.
a certain clip, and it's been a little while. So you look
Okay.
at your star charts again.
I'll
And
order
that-
everyone to stop. We'll like stop where we are in space and then look at the charts before we
Sure.
move too far forward.
Absolutely.
And then we'll look at the charts. What do they say? Sorry.
No problem. The chart does show you off course. It's not very like hugely off course. You can correct yourself, but you are definitely off course.
Okay. Correcting the course, is that gonna impact us anyway? Getting there, or like the area we're getting into, or
It's similar space to what you would have gone through anyway. With this corrected course that you're coming up with, doesn't seem like you would come across anything that you wouldn't already have.
okay. Yeah, I'll basically get that sorted. I do remember Rowen giving me some sort of boon in the first simulation we had. So I'll go to Rowan and ask, can you help Zafina with navigation? We may need to work together on this to try and get exactly where we need to be. We're not lost, but we are a little bit off course.
I'm more than happy to do what I can to help.
Awesome. And then I'll direct everyone to start getting stuff ready to go the right direction, and I'll plot another course.
Right. We'll just have Zafina roll again after she receives Rowan's help.
Yep, jump down there and put my hands on her shoulders. All right. So we know that stage fright we were talking about. You're good. You don't have to worry about it. You've got this. And so I believe in you. You've got your crew behind you. You can do this. You've got Bardic.
Bardic inspiration.
All right.
Which I'm trying to find. There it is.
All right. And survival, right?
Survival. And then you can choose not to use your Bardic Inspiration because you have succeeded on your check. And you can save that here for a little later in the scene if you'd like.
I'll save that just in case.
All right.
But not a good night.
It is 1d6.
Nice.
All right. Now on your course correctly, as you're making up your time here, you get pulled out of your spell jamming speed, your warp speed, for lack of a better word. And I'll find a better word eventually, I promise. I'm gonna see if I have these real quick. 1 second. Ew. Giant ones. I don't have giant ones, so I'll have to manipulate this.
Don't have giant ones. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, that looks. Ooh.
A school of giant space eels. When you get yanked out of your spelljammer space, are flanking the ship. They seem to be swimming along in a school, but being so many of them, they had enough gravity amongst them to yank you out of your speed. This happens as a failsafe. You read in your manual. if you ever get close to enough gravity, it pulls you out of that enhanced speed so that there's not a collision at that speed. However, now that you're out of it, these giant space eels, as they swim in their school, emit electrical flashes. It's like an electrical storm firing off all around you, and all around the ship. So,
Okay.
this is another skill check. It's going to be the same abilities as before. Tell me which ones you're going to use and how they're going to help you get through this situation. We got Wisdom, Survival, or Charisma, Persuasion for the captain, Strength, Athletics, or Dexterity, Acrobatics for the shipmate, or Spelljammer, Intelligence, Wisdom, both Arcana and Survival. Honestly, even though this is what the module says, I want you guys to do how I usually do skill checks. When it's your turn, tell me the skill you're going to try to use to help with this situation, regardless of what this is asking for, as long as it's not a skill that's already been used. So, Captain, what skill are you going to use to help this situation? The ship will start to take damage. In fact,
Yeah.
there's already fires starting as lightning strikes.
Persuasion, keep the crew calm and focused on firefighting things. I assume there's some sort of equipment, hopefully, for this. If okay. And try and get everyone on task at putting the fires out. Work with Zafina to rechart a direction around these things. If we are able to, maybe tilt, kind of tilt down and under them, and just kind of avoid them.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll.
Let's see. And then... Oh my god! 1 second.
Get rated on your roll. I see. Our friend Jen, I'll put her up there in the chat. She's got rated twice. And Hammy has succeeded on her persuasion.
Sick. Sorry, I had 2 different raids.
Oh, you're all good.
Hello. But yeah, what was I thinking? I try and do that. Hopefully, I don't know if that makes it. It's kind of
Redirecting
close.
around and under. Like we can't go over it. We can't go. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You've inspired your team enough to get them on task. Now it's up to them to actually succeed at their tasks. So, Beryl.
I am going to just, I guess, use my athletics and try and get out as many fires on the ship as I can. Did you say something?
I said okay.
Oh, okay. I heard the of the okay.
Okay.
It's totally fine. I was just like, wait a minute, is that okay?
All right. You're trying to fight these fires, but they're not going out real easy. So Cress, what are you doing?
Cress is also going to try and fight fires. And looking at the best skill for her to use for that. Okay, so we used athletics on the last one. Okay, I have insight, and I'm going to try and use that to see where any of my crewmates feel the greatest sense of urgency. Like if they've noticed, if they're starting to panic over a fire in a particular area, then she wants to focus on that.
Awesome. See it.
Hey.
Right. You're able to see that Beryl's struggling with her fire, and you're there to give backup, and you're able to extinguish that particular flame.
Yay!
Right, roll.
Cress, help.
Because there's more than one fire on deck, they look like they've got one of them. So what about nature to understanding the best way to put this fire out?
Cool.
Nope.
You're stumped. You're absolutely stumped.
Space is not my friend.
And now our Spelljammer.
I can't see these fires, right? I'm under the deck.
Correct.
All right.
Like, yeah, your job is to fly the ship. So whatever skill you choose, whatever whichever way you choose to help, it needs to be in regards to maneuvering or flying your ship.
I'm going to. You said I can use intelligence.
You can use Arcana. You can use survival. You can use anything that hasn't been used already in this challenge, as long as it pertains to moving the ship.
All right. I'm going to hear me out. I want to. Did we use survival? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We started it. Yeah, in the beginning.
No, survival wasn't used. They used persuasion instead.
Okay. I'm going to use survival because these are creatures, right? And I want to kind of observe. Can I see them? In theory,
You can see them because you can see what the
ship.
ship sees.
Okay.
But knowing what a creature will do is nature.
Okay.
And nature guide.
And we just use Okay. Can I use survival to understand? I guess what trying to space, but there is no tracks or kind of how space moves, or how there's air flows or water, like jet streams. Right. And if there's a school of them in here, then that might mean that there might be something that they're using potentially.
When you think of this as an aquatic environment, you consider that there might be currents, and if you were in a boat trying to navigate a river and you needed to avoid something, or even bring something in, whatever, you need to find the current and either avoid it or grab it, get into it, depending on your situation. So yeah, you can use your survival to help maneuver the ship.
Awesome sauce. Okay. That's the term "don't fail me now."
Is there a way to select tokens other than the ship? Because I've accidentally selected the ship and it pops it on top of everything.
I'd like to use.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me change the configuration. Let's see. Observer. I'll make you all observers, and then when it comes time to actually use the ship, I'll change things.
Cool.
This.
Thank you. Sorry. I tried to reload and it was like, it worked. And then I clicked the ship and I went, uh-oh.
All right, so what were you asking?
How do I roll my inspiration on here?
I believe it's a D6 at this level, so just go ahead and roll a D6.
Or wait, your the bardic inspiration.
Yeah, yep. I don't know where my dice.
Bottom right-hand corner, you'll see your dice.
There we are. I had to move it back from the skulls.
Yeah, you got to be in the chat tab. My bad. All right,
we're really trying.
you are successful, and finding some sort of solar wind to fill the sails and makes you dip out of line with these eels. They are just going about their business, so they don't try to change their course to pursue, and you slip out and away from them. The crew is able to put out the rest of the fires. The ship stops taking damage, and you guys are on your way.
Excellent. Kind of survey the damage. Is there any like lasting damage we got from it, or just some like scorch marks here and there?
The ship's starting to look a little banged up.
Ooh. Okay. It hasn't lost hit points though, right?
Nah. Well, I mean, it's a simulation, so I'm not tracking hit points in that way. But it is.
Okay. It is damaged.
It is damaged.
Can we do some repairs as we kind of slowly go to the destination?
The only
Or at least
repairs you'll be
attempt
able to
to.
do is using mending. So if somebody has mending, then yes, they can use mending. They can use mending once an hour.
Anybody
I
have
can get on
mending?
that.
Awesome.
So I'll start with the whatever way looks to be the worst, and that's where I'll start with the mending.
Cress will use some good old fashioned elbow grease to try and scrub out any craziness.
All right. Swabbing the decks and what have you.
Aye.
No, make sure safety equipment wasn't damaged too much. Like, check the ropes on everybody and everything.
Yeah, everybody's ropes seem to be in working
Okay.
I read the manual.
order. Finally, you found yourself coming upon an asteroid cluster, which is your target. So let me see.
This is where the fun begins. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I don't know if Beard was saying something that clipped out.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of mumbling to myself.
Oh, okay. I just made a
Same.
Anakin Skywalker meme. Sorry.
Are you all able to have vision on this map of your hammerhead?
It's blacked out.
It is blacked out.
Okay. I will make the fixie fix. How about now?
I see the ship, but no tokens.
No tokens. I just want to know if you see the ship in the map.
Yes.
I see
Oh, yeah.
ship and map. Yep.
That's
Okay.
very cool.
It's so pretty.
We bring this stuff back up. So you resumed your journey, traveling rapidly at spelljamming speed is what they call it now. After another minute in this simulated state, your ship arrives at its destination. You discover an abandoned ship is located at the center of this cluster of asteroids. Reaching the ship will mean safely navigating a careful route through the asteroids. So this will be another ability check challenge. We're going to do it the similar way. You can choose whatever ability you think is going to help you navigate this particular scenario, starting with the captain.
Probably focus still with the crew, just getting things prepared. Do we have like spacesuits? Because I know there's
No.
an atmosphere around the ship. Okay, so we can't leave the ship. Yeah, so I'll just focus everybody. We want to move very, very cautiously. Do we have long sticks or oars? Kind of like for pushing icebergs out of the way for normal ships, but like for, I guess, pushing asteroids away from the ship?
Nope. The asteroids are
Okay.
much bigger than the ships.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
Are
there's
they
some
moving?
smaller debris, but they're just kind of floating in space.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just try and move as slowly as we possibly can. Put, a course through that puts at least a large asteroid on one side of us, just in case something is flying through the asteroid field and hits that instead of us.
Okay.
Let me roll that. Nice.
Expertly done. Everybody knows what they need to be doing and feels capable. So, Beryl, how are you handling the situation?
Okay, well, I have two questions. I guess a question that's in possibly multiple parts. Is this thing driven like psychically, or is there like literally a rudder or a steering column?
Psychically.
Yeah, there is physical things on the ship that allows it to move, but it's controlled mystically through the Spelljammer hell.
Okay, so there's no way that I could like aid by physically like hauling on a rudder or a wheel or something if it's a sharp turn that's needed.
Adjusting sails and stuff would be the way you would help.
Okay, well then that's what I will do if we need to make any sort of like quicker movements than might necessarily be normal, then I might be able to brute strength, yank on a sail and twist it a little bit more.
So you'll be using your athletics. Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll your athletics. All right. You are poised and ready to give aid if necessary. Cress.
Question up at the front. What is this weapon up in the prow?
That would be the 4 mangonel, the trebuchet.
Gotcha. Okay. I was looking to see if there was something where it was like a battering ram or something like that could fold down, because she was going to see if there was a way just to make sure that none of the asteroids got too close. And okay.
There is a ram on the front of all hammerheads because this ship is built to be able to ram other ships, but it's below the prow, and it's always out. You don't retract it or anything.
Gotcha. Okay, well, she is going to use... she will again use insight to see where she is most needed and best able to give help.
Right, we're gonna start needing you guys to choose different things that you haven't done before, but yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I got like 4 abilities though,
Yeah.
and religion's not going to help me right now.
I'm not saying different abilities, but different uses for the abilities.
Oof.
Gress is trying to do her best. The situation is a little overwhelming. Rowen.
Well, with this many around, I guess I'd like to attempt to keep a lookout again to make sure nothing comes into the path that we do need to avoid, because there's a lot of stuff around.
Okay.
So, perception?
Sure.
There
You're
we
able
go.
to call out approaching objects, or that way the Spelljammer can avoid them. Spelljammer, what are you doing?
With that, I think I'm going to use acrobatics, as this is a bit more like home, and trying to avoid said mushroom spores and stuff like that.
Sure.
Boop, boop.
You deftly maneuver the ship through the asteroid field without taking any damage to the hull.
Nice.
We did it. We saved Bikini Bottom, guys.
Good job, everybody. Yeah. We saved Bikini Bottom.
You come across this wreckage of a ship. It looked like some sort of smaller schooner type Spelljammer ship. It's got holes in the hull, and it's mainly blown apart. You have a vague shape of the skeleton of a ship floating there in wild space amongst some other asteroids.
Okay. Any visible damage that I could discern what happened to it?
It looks like it was probably battered apart in the asteroid field. It could have been rammed by something, but that something was probably an asteroid or something like that.
Okay. Are there any moving asteroids in this area that I can notice, or?
There's definitely some movement in the stuff around here. It's not moving so fast as you don't have time to move if you need to, but it's not incredibly still.
Yeah, you'd have to kind of be mindful of being right next to it. Am I able to? Do we have the technology to use ballistas to attach ropes to the damaged ship and slowly tug it out of the asteroid field?
Tying a rope to a ballista could be tricky because you don't have rope long enough to go as far as a ballista bolt will go if it passes through something. And if you have the rope tied down, then that could cause damage to the ship. That in this ship is the wreck. It would be hard to pull out too much of the ship because it's in so many pieces. And if the cargo, the book you're looking for, isn't tied down or in a drawer, there's no saying it would move with whatever you are able to drag.
Okay. And we don't have. Is there an atmosphere on the damaged ship?
You got to be over there to know. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, you don't want to jump to a damaged ship and not know. And we don't have a way of making an atmosphere, right?
You have your ship's atmosphere.
Is it big enough to envelop that ship if we're near enough to it?
At least part of it, maybe.
Okay, I kind of relay my concerns to the crew and ask if they have any ideas. We might end up destroying it if we move it any further. We might lose the book if we end up destroying the other ship, and we may get hit by something if we go over there. So.
Okay, what if we tie a long rope to Cress and throw Cress over onto ship? I'm small.
You would have to hold your breath considerably.
Okay.
And I kind of look around. Does anyone have anything that would help with that? Any magic?
I don't have anything.
No.
What's everybody's passive perception, by the way?
12.
13.
10?
Where on earth?
Paladin sees all.
12.
Anyone can give me a rolled perception then.
Yeah, I'll go for it. Yeah.
All right. At the
Yeah,
same time, everybody except for Beryl sees bobbing in a hole in the hull of the other ship a book. It looks like it's being pulled and pushed in a failing gravity emission. Like the two parts of their ship were flipped in a way, so it's being suspended rather than pushed or pulled in a different direction.
What is the distance from our ship to that ship?
So far you're able to get about 60 feet away. You can attempt to get closer if you'd like.
No, that's fine. I look at the crew and I say, well, we might have a point. If that is the book there, we could have someone go over and bring it back. Fine maneuvering our ship is not very possible and risks damaging it further. Do we know anything about space movement? Do we understand we could like push off of things in space?
You haven't learned any of that unless you have proficiencies in a background to lead you towards that conclusion.
Well, I guess there's a time for everything.
You can, of course, imagine it's kind of like water.
Okay. So, I look at Cressida and I ask, how confident are you that you could hop over and then hop back? So you would jump from this ship, land in that area, grab the book, push off of that ship, and land back here.
How long is Cress's lifeline?
Look at the rope, non-existent. But if we add all our lifelines together, can we get 60 feet of rope? Actually, I have rope in my pack.
You have your adventuring gear, so you have your 50 feet each of hempen rope, unless you took a pack that doesn't have it.
I'll ask if anyone else has another length of rope, because I only have a 50-foot length.
I have rope.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So we'll tie two of them together, make 100 feet, and I still am unsure. So Hammy is thinking who is going to be the best person athletics-wise to hop back. So I know Cressida is pretty athletic. It just kind of depends. But then Cressida is how heavy is Cressida?
Cressida is a small-sized creature.
Oh, excellent. So we could also throw Cressida.
Yes.
Which does help. And we could
Which
also
she
pull
encourages.
you back. Okay. So we'll tie this rope to Cressida, and then we will all hold the rope instead of tying it off to the ship, just so that way we prevent damage to the ship, but we'll have to use our own checks, I assume, to make sure that Cressida stays tethered to us. And do we have like a bucket?
Yeah.
On the ship? Okay. I don't have any crafting checks. So I look at everyone else and I kind of like imagine a helmet made of a bucket that we could seal. Does anyone have any like Tinker's ability?
You want me to wear a bucket for helmet?
If we can put a window in it and make it sealed, so you have a little bit of extra air.
You can try it. Give me a survival roll, whoever wants to help fashion this attempt at a air helmet.
Do I have to be
Astronaut.
trained to try and help?
To aid, you do,
Does anyone
whoever-
have survival? Because I don't.
I do not.
Well, I can give it a crack.
I mean, it might work.
All right, well, pop the bucket on Cressida and ask Beryl to help me throw a small creature.
Haha.
I can throw tiny dragon.
Yes.
And then what else can we do?
I just pull her back.
Yes, and then we all just kind of prepared. I'll hold on, and in case Cress loses course.
Cressy book. I get it.
Who wants to do the throw and who wants to aid the other in the throw?
I'll aid with the throw.
I throw.
Then
When...
give me athletics with advantage.
Okay, cool.
Ooh. I don't know if I roll athletics too or not for that.
You don't.
What's the advantage button
is
again?
Alt. Alt for advantage.
There we go.
All right. Between the two of you, your aim is sound, and Cress goes flying through the space, and goes right at the book. Cress, you go just soaring right to the book, like it smacks into your chest, and you wrap your arms around it, and then you stop moving suddenly. As
Okay,
now
we pull.
You're bobbing in that gravity field.
Pull.
And you can't
Pull. And you can't breathe.
She wraps her arms and legs around it. Actually, she's going to tuck the book into her armor.
Okay. All right.
And then give a tug on the rope.
All right.
Yeah, we could probably see you grab it, I think, at 60 feet.
Yeah. And you see her bobbing there in the gravity
Yeah,
field.
we pull
So,
immediately. I tell everyone to pull.
I need Beryl to give the athletics check again without advantage, even though you're being aided, because it would be disadvantage otherwise, as you're fighting this gravity.
Oh yeah, gravity.
Not a problem. You yank her right out of that field. It's decaying just enough that you're able to yank Cress clear of it and back to the ship with book in hand.
Book and armor.
Or book
Nice.
and armor.
She'll put her back on the deck and pat her head. Good little dragon.
Well, that worked. Good job.
She's going to take a couple of deep breaths.
Did the helmet help? I look at you.
Oh yeah, she's going to take the bucket off her head.
No.
We need to fix bucket for next time.
Just nod.
All right, you guys have successfully completed that part of the mission. What are you doing now?
Slowly make our way back to Spelljammer Academy.
You're gonna make your way back through the astral field, your asteroid field here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Spelljammer, go ahead and give me that acrobatics check with advantage since you've done this before now.
Sorry, I struggle with this advantage. It's not good.
Oh, wait. Bardic Inspiration.
I've already
You already
used
used it.
No!
You guys get rubbed by an asteroid, and it does a fair bit of damage. If Rowan hadn't mended some earlier, this ship would be severely damaged. However, she did, so it's just damaged, but it definitely it took some paint off there. But you're able to get out of the asteroid field.
Okay.
As your ship.
I'll look at.
One second. Let's see.
Okay.
Let me give you all ship rights again, because as your ship steers clear of these asteroids, another ship appears.
Ooh.
Its sleek frame is painted in a wild shade of pink and is designed to resemble an immense squid. Starlight reflects off the ship's hull, illuminating 2 turret-mounted ballistas rotating slowly to face your ship.
Ooh.
Oh.
Do they have any sort of flags or insignia that I recognize from
No.
manual?
Nope.
Oh. They seem to be hostile with the turret looks.
Yes, they definitely seem
Oof.
to be hostile.
And how far away are they? Like about 120 feet?
They are about 100 and... Well, the closest part of your ship to the closest part of their ship is about 85.
Okay.
But we're going to go into initiative. So how this is going to work
Yep.
is you guys, one of you is going to roll a d20, and I'm going to roll a d20. The higher of the rolls goes first.
Okay. And give that a whirl.
Should do a d20.
That was it. Yeah,
Oh.
D20.
The image looks like a D20. Wait, there we go. Woo!
You guys are going first. I'll count the first
Okay.
one.
You
You guys are going
one,
first.
okay. I was like, I don't know which one was first, and then I looked at the thing. I was like, okay. I'll direct everyone to use our ballistas to shoot their ballista just to disable their means of attack right now.
All right. So the ballista takes 3 people to operate,
Oh,
and it's an action to load the ballista, another action to aim it, and then another action to fire it.
Better off trying to outrun it.
it's
Perhaps if we
it's
remember
probably
where
gonna
they-
catch us.
It's fine if they catch us. If we know where those whales were, or towards that area, or not whales,
Eels.
eels, that could be something we could use to our advantage.
True, but I'm not sure if we'd make it that far.
Can we do both?
It takes a lot to do a ballista.
But only one driver.
Yeah, but it's harder to drive the ship without the crew helping. Does anyone have any abilities that actually reach that far? I've got a throwing hammer that goes 60 feet at disadvantage.
Yes. Crest can set shit on fire.
Actually, I have an idea. I'll tell the rest of my crew, if we attempt to come alongside them and board them, they may go along with that, and it may be a fight between us instead of ships, which I think we'll have a better time at than ship to ship fighting. If we can kind of distract them with a fight on the deck, that would probably be easier to deal with.
I think that's actually a lovely idea.
Okay, so we'll focus all our efforts to just kind of slide our ship towards them.
Shift lazily to the left.
Yeah, just like drift it. Just a drifty
But
skid right
you're-
up a side.
You can't just go sideways.
Sideways. Oh, okay. I don't want to ram them.
This ship is literally designed to ram.
It is, but it still gets damaged if it does, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
I can try to fix some of it.
Let's try and still board them. We'll turn, I guess, towards them.
Yeah, if we turn towards them.
And then just go towards them, and then we'll kind of have an angle to it. So we don't hit them with our ship, but we'll still come alongside their ship eventually. And I'll ask Beryl or not Beryl, Rowen to continue to repair the ship in between us getting the ship to that location next to them.
Remember, it's 1 mend per hour.
Oh, 1 mend per hour. Okay.
Yeah, so we've probably got 1 mend left before we get back. Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. All right. Yeah, I think that's the best option, is still to come alongside it. I don't really want to ram them per se, but I'll leave it to a ship vote. Who thinks ramming's a good idea? I.
Yes.
Ramming it could very potentially put their ship out of use.
Okay, so 2 for ramming, and for not ramming. None for not ramming.
Deciding we're taking an offense, right?
Yeah, we take an offense, but the way we take it.
What other way would we be able to take it other than directly?
Board them without ramming our ship into theirs.
We can still ram them and board their ship. It'd be the fastest way. And disable
True.
their ship.
True. So we'll
And it
go
gives
ahead
us
and
more time to maneuver our ship to turn around.
yeah, we'll go ahead and ram them if possible then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think perhaps once we board it, disable the ballistas if we can, and then get out so we can outrun them, because at the end of it, they will think twice before coming towards us, knowing what we are capable of. And we take out their means to hit us.
All right. If you're going for the ram, it'll technically be a double movement, which is fine because the ram is part of that second movement. So you can rotate and then ram forward. If that's what you're wanting to do. I need the Spelljammer to target the squid ship like you would a regular attack. And on the ship sheet, roll the blunt ram.
under features.
Yes.
There it is. Blunt
We'll
ram.
see if I program this in right.
I should be able to just. There we go. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. It's
I
for
like
some reason
violence.
saying you missed. You did not miss. You definitely hit. Roll 10d6 or 16d10.
Damn.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3.
Sheesh.
This is satisfying.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's a good roll.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Wow.
What a violent.
All right, you guys
16 d10.
take 49 damage,
Oh,
but it
fuck.
takes 99 damage, which is a third of its hit points.
Does it look like it's capable to follow us?
It looks like it's capable. However, it is turning and trying to bug out. While it's bugging out,
Oh.
though, it's going to try to take a shot at you guys
Ah.
because they had already had their shit ready to go, as they are assholes.
It's a parting gift of a shot since they're like, God damn it.
These guys, fuck them.
This is the equivalent of a ding dong ditch gone wrong.
Right.
This happens in Sea of Thieves constantly. Ram the crap out of the ship and they run.
A 17 will hit you. So it's going to do
Oh no.
18 more damage to you. So you've taken
50 something.
minus
60-ish.
49. Minus
60.
All right. So you guys can try to pursue them or you can let them run. It's up to you.
Can I throw a firebolt at their ship?
Absolutely you can.
I'm gonna do that.
All right. Just roll your d20 and add your modifier.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back. Probably just direct the crew to do a couple repairs as we head back to regular space.
Sure.
And
Oh yeah. You see a Githyanki. Not that you really know what one of those are. A green-skinned humanoid that's slender and tall, without a nose that you can see. Right at their ballista, getting ready to help start load it again as they're running. And with a swing of your hand to cast your spell, you launch a firebolt right at him. It hits him in the shoulder. You know it didn't do any lethal damage per se, but it definitely hit him.
Yeah. She jumps up and down and does her little roar.
Okay. So you guys let them GTFO and then go about your business?
Yes.
Well done.
I'll do a quick mending wherever I can.
I will also try and deck swab and scrub and make things as clean as possible where the ship has taken damage and she is not mended.
I'm back. Yep, so they're leaving. We're mending. Is there anything else coming up at this point, or
No, you
we
guys
try
are
to course back?
Yeah, you guys are on your way back. Reversing your course, but the correct course, not the detour you guys ended up on.
Okay.
And you start heading back, and everything's going fine. But suddenly your ship slows, marking an unexpected presence of something else in the vicinity. And it just takes a
Uh-oh.
moment to spot another hammerhead ship in the distance. The other ship looks severely damaged and adrift. And every few seconds, bands of electricity ripple out from the center of its hull, dealing further damage to the ship.
Oh, there's one of those eel things inside of it, I think.
Oh no.
Well, it's not a part of our mission, and it presents a additional risk to our ship. I do not believe we should press forward to that ship. I think we should continue back.
But what if they other students?
We're out here for a specific task. We've got to finish that task.
Cress goes and grabs her helmet, and she holds it up, and she says, "Cress, not afraid. I will go look at ship."
I know, but this is a part of the simulation that we must stay on task. Space is vast here, and I'm sure there would be many things to do, but the ship has already had some damage to it. We're pretty battered, aren't we?
You guys are battered, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody on deck, give me a perception while you guys are discussing.
Perception.
Cress can see that hammerhead, it looks just like your guys' hammerhead.
It's us in the future.
It is just like our hammerhead. See? Look, she'll start pointing out the similarities in it.
Got
You see the same
nose,
features,
eyes.
right?
That is true, and it is intriguing, but it is not a part of our mission. I do believe we should continue. It could be an illusion. It could be another crew that has fallen upon something unfortunate, but it does present extra risk, and we're not even sure what we would do there. It looks pretty bad off, right? Like there's electricity coming out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we can even repair something that's that damaged.
But if the crew needs saved, we could bring crew on here. Have bigger crew. Smart.
We'd have to figure it out from very far away. I wouldn't want to get anywhere near it. And we don't have any safe means of looking at it. We really need a dinghy on this boat. Well,
After you guys take a moment to
Yeah.
consider your options, you see movement on the deck, and you squint, you look, you really focus your perception. You see the other cadet team, Mick and among them, and they look like they're waving for help.
I'm going to
So
suggest.
If they need help, I'm not comfortable leaving them out here straight.
Just exhale, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess we do have to do something. The electricity that's arcing out of this thing, how far away is it shooting out of that ship?
It's more through the ship than out of the ship.
Okay.
Like it's shooting into the ship and around the ship, but not like arcing into the space around it. If that makes sense?
Yeah, we'll have to make this quick. If we can, we'll have to maneuver ourselves alongside. So if we need to, we can just kind of zoom forward. And we're just going to basically tell them to jump as soon as they can, and then just head off as fast as we can.
Okay.
no matter what they're saying. If they want to save their ship, if they want to do this or that, we're there to pick them up and we're there to leave. If they have anything else that needs doing and they decline getting aboard, then we must leave them.
Cress will immediately run to see if there's like lifelines or something like that that they can throw out, or longer bits of rope where they could try and sling something out to the crew of the other ship.
Beryl,
Yes.
you flew yesterday, right? Or was that just a really high jump?
No, I fly
How far can you fly?
30 feet.
Can you carry
can-
someone?
Presumably.
Cress
I
jumps up and down.
I
That
can also talk mentally to someone I see 30 feet.
so if we can get you close enough, perhaps you and Cress could fly over with ropes that we could use to bring everyone back.
Yes.
How many crew do they have over there, though?
It mirrors you guys. So there's 5.
Athena's gonna speak to the captain through her brain because we can do that.
Brain!
Knock knock.
I shudder for a second and then I kind of like look at you. I'm like,
I was just being polite. I don't know what else to say.
I just say there's not much to say in my brain.
Don't do
But
that.
what
We can
was
do
your question?
Oh, I'm hoping that you see those straggling ones over there. Are we doing something about this?
Well, we do need to help them, but it does present an unnecessary risk to the mission.
Need?
We do need to help them. Like I have a now that I know that there are people there, I must help them. That is
Is this protocol?
Hemi's just silent.
Cressida puts the bucket on her head. She holds her arms up to Beryl. She's ready.
I'll tie the rope to Cressida. We'll have to add 2 more 50 ropes together for Beryl, and we will have to get within about 100 feet of the edge of their ship, and then hold position.
I can't fly that far.
You can double move 60, and we can throw Cress the distance of the rope.
It only lasts a minute.
Every round is 6 seconds.
Yeah,
so that's-
mechanically it could work.
Yeah.
But are we in rounds?
You will be once you
we're
start
there,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
So you'd have 6.
She'd have 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 10 rounds.
Not to be metagamey, but could definitely make it work enough that we wouldn't like, hey, we can do this in maybe a minute.
Right,
Like, maybe.
I'm
It's close.
Because I don't want to do it.
I'm
and
willing
be
to
like,
bet.
"Oh, not
I'm willing to bet the ship explodes in like 3 rounds. So,
Michael
my
Bay
character
directing this
doesn't know
episode.
that. But so I'm gonna go with the safe option of we'll throw our crew members across and try and pluck them away so we don't lose the ship or the book. But we may risk losing our crew members. But Hammy is okay with this, but doesn't say that aloud. But yeah, so I'll throw Cressida. Is that athletics?
Sure.
Woo!
Cressida's got the bucket. We gotta make an actual spacesuit.
Your guys' plan
15.
seems to be pretty successful. You're able to do what you need to get in a position to then help evacuate the students who are 100% interested in being evacuated and not trying to fix the ship. When the last one gets on the deck and everybody's on the deck,
We haul ass.
you hear an explosion.
Oh no.
The illusion around you ends in a wave of silvery blue light, and you stand within the simulation chamber where your training exercise began. So let me go back to that map.
Do I feel any pain from that? Did we explode?
In a second.
Okay.
Gotta go back to the map.
Okay.
Magical energy ripples in a turbulent cloud around you, reaching out to touch the rune-scribed walls, then exploding outward as bolts of lightning, sending Sarth and Taro and others flying to the ground. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
What the heck?
Now, I make these with advantage due to danger sense, yes?
Let me see danger sense before I tell you. For
I
sure.
believe so.
I think you do, but I won't.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. You are none of those things that say you can't do it.
Well.
All right, so the DC is 13. If you failed, you take 16 lightning damage. If you succeeded, you take half.
Okay, I'm
Take
out.
half.
So
Like
8.
I'm still at 10 hit points then.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
We can change that on our own, or is that something that's
You can change it
automatic?
on your own.
10. There we go. Cool.
You said the damage was
Yeah.
18, right?
I'm out.
16.
Oh, my bad.
The
Uh,
sorcerer is out.
I'll look around and see what the hell just happened.
So it's pretty chaotic right now. Let's see. Let me look at these notes.
Shit.
Yeah. So there's the other cadets are scrambling, trying to help each other. There's a few others that are out, just like Zafina is. The teachers are trying to scramble and help people. You see all kinds of damage all around the room. What would you like?
So it came from the walls?
The way it was described was... Come here, flavor text. Where were you? Magical energy ripples like a turbulent cloud around you, reaching out to touch the walls, then exploding outward as bolts of lightning send everybody flying.
Okay. I look over at the person that was running the simulation, the teacher, and what is she up to? What's going on?
Well, he is one of the people that are making
Oh,
sure nobody's dying.
Okay, that's good. I'll walk around and lay on hands then.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Cressida does the same.
How many people are dying?
The people in the worst shape, their bleeding has been staunched. But there's two of them that look like they were bleeding out. One of them, another one though, is Zafina. She is bleeding out.
Yeah, I'll use
Zafina.
2 hit points for 1 hit point on each person, just to stabilize them of lay on hands. It says roll, so I'm just gonna click it, but I think it's just 1 HP, right?
Yeah. There's
Usability, consume.
when you look at it in your features, I think it might be different.
Okay, so when I click it once, it'll use 1 hit point. Perfect. So I'll just do it twice. Whee! There we go.
All right, so Zafina, you shock back to consciousness.
I look
What?
everyone in the crew and I say we should probably leave this room.
What happened? What's happening?
Something outside of the simulation happened. I'm not sure.
I've tried to give Rowan back 2 hit points, but it's not showing up for some reason.
It's all right. I'm going to cure wounds myself.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, there it goes.
So as you guys are getting yourself gathered up to leave, Mr. Blip is at one of the walls, and he yanks something out from behind a panel and walks over.
It's our thief at work again.
You can see that there is some sort of plate in his hand bearing a jagged sigil carved into it. Bosun Tardo scowls, chomping down on her cigar. She points to the sigil as she looks to Sarth. That look familiar to you? Sarth's quicksilver eyes scan the object coldly. Vokath. I should have suspected it. It appears that the Mercane's grudge against Mert has become a vendetta. The old wolf must be told. All of you should return to your quarters. Get cleaned up. If you have any lasting issues with your wounds, please go to the sick bay. If anybody needs help, we have guards that can escort you. If you need to be carried, that's not a problem either.
Probably just help whoever needs help around the room to head back to the barracks if they're from our barracks.
As are able to help everybody where they need to go. Nobody dies. Everybody's singed.
Nice.
Cressida will ask this, is it Micken?
Micken, yep.
You need help? Cress can help you. Cress short, but very strong. Can carry you.
I don't need carried, but thank you. Just walk alongside me, and if I fall, then stop me. I'd appreciate
Okay.
it.
You are tall, so you can lean on Cress if need to. Use shoulder for brace. I
Thank you.
support you. And she will also lay on hands, one for him.
Appreciate it.
Zafina looks pretty fucking pissed, but she's head back. As shitty as she looks, she's gonna take her pride and stagger back, but she does look pretty pissed off.
Are the 3 teachers still looking at that object, the jagged plate?
They started to walk off.
Okay. Well, I assume they will handle it for now. Did I recognize the sigil at all myself or no?
No.
Okay.
Tardo will stop, turn back, and look at you. Captain Goldhammer, your
I'll
crew,
salute and stand at attention.
your crew was successful in your exercise, at least more so than the other crew. Each of you will be rewarded. 100 gold pieces have been added to each of your accounts.
Wow, that's a lot. Thanks.
Wow.
I'll hold the salute and say, thank you. Doing our duty.
They'll salute and turn on their heel, and they will leave.
Yep, I'll release it once they leave, and yeah. Oops, I didn't pay attention to it. What did I start with? I did aerostatic. I think I had a 70, so I had 170 now? Yeah. I think. Oh no, I have it on D&D Beyond. Never mind. I'm just gonna mumble to myself, sorry.
No worries. You guys are able to make it back to your bunks and start to patch yourselves up. You guys are free to RP if you'd like. Move you to your bunks on the maps.
Is the crew that we saved, Micah, Mikan?
Yep.
Are they in the same area as us, the same floor?
They are not on this floor.
Oh, okay. If there is any time that people are like putting away gear and stuff, is the quartermaster teacher bot available or no?
Mr. Blip is available, yeah.
Sick. Can I ask Mr. Blip if spacesuits exist? But I'm not saying spacesuits. I'm just like sealed helmet.
There are such apparatuses, yes. They are not freely given out very often to cadets.
They are very useful. How much do they cost?
Let me see if they gave me a price in the new book.
Nice. Also, is there such thing as a dinghy or a lifeboat?
There is not. The ship has to have so much mass for a Spelljammer
okay.
helm to be attached.
Okay.
Let's see. Items. Give me your sick items and your. Once you have level 2 spells, you guys will have a air bubble spell. So that's sick.
Ooh.
The fish suit is very rare, and therefore probably doesn't have a cost associated to it.
Probably doesn't exist right now then.
We'll say 1,500 gold is a going rate for a fish suit.
Wow. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Of course.
And then I'll just head back to barracks, get a quick bite to eat, polish my armor, oil my shield, and get ready to go to bed, I guess. Unless somebody bothers me in any part of that, then I'm free to talk to, but...
I'm gonna grab up Cress and put her on my shoulder. You tiny dragon. Food for you. You did good.
Yes. And we get bean juice.
Bean juice. Yes.
The zoomies.
Yes. Chris takes the ride to the mess hall.
Nice.
Rowen, you coming?
Sure, I'll tag along.
Anyone else?
Probably at this point headed to the mess too, so I'll come with.
I'm still dying, guys. I have 1 HP.
I just look at you and I say, "Are you coming with us?" And then I'll like clasp you on the shoulder and give you 9 hit points, or not 9 hit points, 8. There you go.
Huh. Cough more blood up.
And then I'll say telepathically to you, if you allow it, "Come on, it's food. You need it."
This food is disgusting, and I hate it here. But I will go because we are.
Have you
crew.
asked anybody for the food you like?
No.
I give you like, so you don't really see Hammy make much emotion in facial gestures, but I give you kind of like this face of like, well, maybe you should, and then I like kind of like help you do your feet.
She rolls her eyes but gets up reluctantly. There's a whole conversation to be had quietly in their minds.
Yep.
All right, so you guys go to the mess hall.
Yes.
Yep.
And Blonde Solo throws something across the room, apparently.
It wasn't across the room. It fell.
One action.
Great.
Can't just change the uses.
You guys get to the mess hall. Ryback is wiping down tables. There's nobody else in here. Evening, cadets.
What do we have in the galley tonight?
Oh, we were supper's over, so I was about to close things up, but I can whip something up for you. You have a hankering for something?
Much appreciated, and I do have a special request, and I'll kind of shove Zap forward.
She looks very embarrassed. And she's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? But has no facial expression.
Aw.
She looks shyly and she looks down at the ground. Do you have mushrooms?
I have a mushroom bisque. I have cooking for myself. I'd be happy to share.
She kind of perks up a
That
bit.
sounds wonderful, I say from behind.
I haven't spent a lot of time on the surface, so it is very different, the food here.
I cook stuff from all over, but you got to keep it different. So I try to change it up from day to day. People like my gunpowder chowder, though, so I cook that a lot for the mornings. But otherwise, I try to vary things as much as the ingredients allow. We are on an island next to an island in the middle of the ocean, so kind of have to make do with what I get. But if you make some requests, I can see what I can do. But I got that mushroom bisque for you.
I'll make you a deal. I will contently try your cuisine if you can somehow figure out to substitute flavors.
I got to know a flavor to know if I can substitute it.
I think I can help.
All right. Well, for now, I'll get you that bisque, and then we'll work on that later, if that sounds good.
Excellent. It has been a trying day.
How about the rest of you? What you got a hankering for?
Cornbread.
Always got cornbread ready for you.
I just nod and sit.
That crunchy crust, fresh out of the cast iron.
Warm like a sunrise.
Cress like everything wants to make. Cress will try anything.
I think I got some anything right over here.
It's my favorite.
He starts bringing some stuff out. He's got the a small pot of mushroom bisque he puts on the table, and some sausages, cornbread, spiced rice.
Ooh.
Nice.
There's the bottle of wine that he leaves, as well as a pitcher of tea and water.
Wow. Wait, a bottle of wine in the rookie mess?
You guys get wine for dinner.
At some point, if I'm up and getting my meal, I ask about how much do we owe you?
This is on your off of your dinner vouchers. Don't worry about it.
Nod. Thank you.
Of course. Just eat up and relax. I heard what happened up on the sim deck, and I'm just glad to see y'all in mostly one piece.
Speaking of that, what exactly happened? I'm still not understanding, and I feel like I've been very patient in getting answers. Now that
Not
we're
sure,
all not
but
dying.
it looks like somebody tampered with the wall plating that holds the simulation together. Looks like something was added to it magically, and it caused just something to trigger.
First the thefts and now sabotage. Somebody's trying to work against the Academy, that's for sure.
Well then, training is no longer training.
Accelerated training, as I pour a very large glass of wine.
I found in my time in the Academy, training is never over. But y'all came out of this. I'm sure you'll come out of plenty. You're all smart. You're all talented. If you keep eating my food, you'll be nice and strong. Won't you, Cress?
Yes. She flexes with her mouth full. Ah.
All right. Well, I'm going to clean up the kitchen and then I'm going to be off for the night. Enjoy your
Sounds
food.
good. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Can,
He'll excuse himself. You guys are able to enjoy your late night supper, heal your wounds, and get a good night's sleep. And that brings us to the end of part 2, Trial by Fire.
woo.
So we'll go ahead and, since we're keeping each episode its own part, and this is the third game I have DM'd this weekend, we're going to go ahead and call it here. And then...
yeah, especially after last night. Woo!
Oh, yeah. We had a solid 12 hours of D&D and feasting, and it was amazing, but I'm sleepy.
Yes.
But we'll be back in 2 weeks for part 3 of this 4-part series. And it is, since we like to do the teaser, hopefully you guys like the teaser anyway.
I like the
We are.
teasers.
Yeah.
It is called Tyrant Trap.
Ooh.
Mm.
Sounds like a bad ex.
It's going to be a fun one. It involves a new ship that you guys have not encountered. And of course, a continuation of our story. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I hope it's a killer whale.
Jesus.
Well, they've all been themed. That was, they had a hammerhead and a squid. Now I want a killer whale.
So, what's that ship from Hitchhikers that was a fish?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There are awesome animals in Spelljammer. One of them looks kind of like a whale shark, like a space whale shark. And it's so big it has its own gravitational field. So if you park yourself on top of it, I think it has a little
You'll
bit of
have
atmosphere
gravity.
too, but you'll have gravity. And one of the art pieces they show is this animal floating through wild space with a house tied to it.
That's super cool.
And
Nice.
I kind of want to live there, is all I'm
Yeah.
saying. So,
Be pretty awesome.
yeah. So but
Every
yeah,
day a new neighborhood.
exactly. So imagine the view. You can't buy that
Yeah.
view. But that is going to be it for tonight's Spelljammer, and we'll return in 2 weeks. And you can, of course, catch this up on the YouTube. And you can continue your fun this evening by following this raid over to Jen's stream, where she will do all kinds of fun stuff pretty much all night because she does not sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't. Well, I do sleep, but endurance streamer things. 12 hours of stream. We're only at 4 hours, so we're getting there. Well, we
Wow.
got yeah.
Nice.
We got
Well-
12 hours on the docket. What kind of games are we going to play, chat? What are we looking at?
Well, friends,
But
we will
I will see you all next time. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. And chat, we'll see you on Tuesday for Pathfinder. And be sure to check out Ghost Table Guild to see Kat and some local Savannah friends also play games. Until next time, have fun.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.